joining us on the programme. Here on NewsX World, we will, of course, continue to keep you updated on the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. We move over to Europe next, where Germany, Britain and France are set to hold talks with Iran's foreign minister over Tehran's nuclear programme. A French diplomatic source just confirmed the meeting, which comes amid growing tensions over Iran's nuclear activities. Late last month, the three European powers triggered a 30-day deadline for United Nations sanctions to be reimposed if no new agreement is reached with Tehran. Following the deadline's announcement, Kaja Kallas, EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, said that the coming weeks would present a critical window to find a diplomatic solution, stressing that this period must be used to avoid escalation. Meanwhile, the European powers stressed that triggering the 30-day sanctions deadline does not signal the end of diplomacy, but rather highlights the urgency of halting Iran's nuclear advancement. We are now joined by Mark Sutherland. He is a geopolitical commentator and he joins us live from London. Mark, thank you very much for joining us and discussing this issue on the programme with us. Mark, this must set off some alarm bells in Tehran. Of course, Iran's nuclear program has been the subject of a conflict, of course, this year, earlier on, just a couple of months ago. And now we see European powers triggering that snapback clause that does expire. However, what kind of pressure does this put on an already tense Tehran under the current circumstances?
Thomas, good to be with you again. This must put pressure on. Remember, as you just quite rightly mentioned, that there was a 12-day war where it ended up with the bombing of the nuclear assets there by America, but 12 days war where Israel cleared the way for that. These negotiations, you could say, in dealing with Iran, in the fact that from the regime from 1979 and then moving towards the fact that they were then wanting to have nuclear proliferation, they wanted a bomb. We also have to remember that they have been, they have the ring of fire in regard to Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah. We have to remember all of this, and as President Trump quite rightly said, I cannot have Iran with a nuclear bomb. When you are negotiating with the Iranians, from my own understanding, by reading, listening to people, there is constantly, they will say one thing, but then do another, because they wish to, within their ideology, come up with, to create a nuclear bomb, to then, their words, to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, wipe every Jewish person off the face of the earth. If people don't believe me, then they need to check out their ideology and go down history. The other thing is, just quickly, Thomas, is that when European people go over there to negotiate, again, it's how they're constantly played. This is the issue. This is what the Israelis have warned constantly, that we do not understand the Middle East and how it then functions, Thomas.
Yes, Mark, thank you very much. Do stay with us. We have further updates.